Hey guys, Rodney back at you. Just doing a little things just a little different when it comes to how I'm titling these videos. Still the same concept, is all about the mindset, but just a little different. This is tip number 75, and the thought um or the title of this one will be the manifest mindset to create wealth. The manifest mindset to create wealth, tip 75. And so when we're talking about manifesting, um, and this is coming from my experience, a lot of studying, but from personal experience, the mindset or manifesting mindset is not just thinking about something and it just comes out of no place, or the universe gives you something. That's not what I'm talking about. Manifest mindset is a laser beam focus on what you're focusing on. And we're talking about building wealth, creating wealth. So it is a laser beam focus on creating wealth. That's how you manifest. Because if you think about it, when you're manifesting, your focus is on a single object. And with that being said, you have a clear, defined goal. You eliminate all distractions. You have consistent effort. You prioritize learning and growth when you're manifesting. So when you have a mindset to manifest, these are the type of things you need. You need a laser beam focus. And I jot down some notes. So the laser beam focus is having an intent, singular focus on a particular goal. And our goal is to create wealth. And so what happens, and I'm gonna give you some personal examples. I'm not trying to tell you my story, but it's going to help you be able to see what I'm talking about, how I manifest some things in my life by focusing, eliminating all distractions, had a clear, defined goal, and I prioritized learning and growth. And I was able to manifest what I wanted. And so when we're looking at manifest, having a define or visualize your goal, I'm gonna get to what I was saying, but what we're trying to do is when you visualize, when you say manifest, you get your vision board, you do all those kind of things you probably did in the past, and then you try to visualize your goal. And you might have said, okay, I want to become rich. Well, other than saying I want to become rich, what you need to say is, I want a legitimate business opportunity that will create whatever that dollar amount, just to say $10,000 a month to reach my financial goal. I want a real legitimate business opportunity that will generate $10,000 per month that will help me get to my financial goal. It's not just saying it, but you are visualizing that. How do you visualize that? Well, what you do is visualize yourself looking for opportunities. You got to see yourself looking for opportunities. I've said them in different videos, looking for opportunities. You're growing, you're learning. Remember, I said those things. You need a clear, defined goal. You need to eliminate your distractions. You need a consistent effort. You need to prioritize learning and growth. And once you begin to focus on how you want, or what business opportunity you want, or what opportunity that you're looking to create this wealth, then you begin to single those things out. Look, make sure you got those tools. So let me tell you how I manifest some things. So when I was working for the government before my business, my goal, and I wrote it down. I wrote it down that I wanted between me and my wife to have a $200,000 a year income. We wasn't making nowhere near that. I'm in a system. Now, when I mean system, I got a salary. You may have your hourly wage, whatever you make, and you make whatever dollar amount you're making. And you say, okay, I want to bring that to this. And that's what I did. Wasn't making nowhere near that. And I said I wanted to do that. So I wrote that down. And so I had to have a method in which I was gonna be able to get there. Remember, I got restrictions. Nobody's just giving me a raise just to give me a raise. I have to create an environment for myself that I can be elevated in my pay grade to be able to make the money necessary to reach that goal. So I had restrictions. So it wasn't like, oh man, you just could get a raise and all that, and it was easy for you. No, I'm in a box, just like you may be in a box having a job. But I said at that point, that was the only means that I had income coming in to be able to reach that. So what I did was, as I began to grow, I looked at myself. I said, okay, I got to make more money. The only way I'm going to make more money and to reach my goal, I have to get to a supervisor level. I'm far from it now. I'm just telling you, I was far from it. Wasn't supervisor material. All I was out there is making some money. Like I said, far from what I needed to make, so we can add it together to come with 200K. So what I began to do is change. I began to prioritize my growth, my learning, looking for what they were looking for. And see, that's the growing process. You have to become what they are looking for. Who are they? The ones, the directors. I'm using the directors at this time because that's what we had. The people that want to promote you to the next level. You got to give them a reason to promote you. You just can't manifest it. You got to know what you want to become, grow in that area, be focused. And I grew to the level of being a supervisor. And so I eventually made it from coming from the lowest level you can come from, getting stagnated. And then, now I'm beginning to grow and say, okay, this is what I want to do. I grew into this, guys. I grew into developing a mindset to create what I wanted to create. I wasn't always there, but once I got there, I said, you know what? I need 200K income coming between me and my wife, because that was my goal. I put it down and I began to listen to the people that were already there. I'm talking about directors. Didn't stop with the supervisor. What are the directors looking for? Because if you have the director level of performance, attitude, mindset, supervisor is a given. See where my mindset was? It wasn't at just being at the supervisor level. My level was director. What are the directors looking for? And after a while, when we had our meetings and they're talking about, because people were complaining about how they get promoted. I wasn't complaining. I was listening to what the director was saying that they were looking for, in whom they will hire as branch managers and all that kind of stuff like that, or higher than the supervisors. I was at that level, so when it came for me to be interviewed for the supervisor, it was a done deal. I transformed myself. Fixed on where I wanted to go. Then I began to learn. I began to grow in those areas. It's action. See, manifest is just not thinking about it. You have to think about it, know what you want, and then act upon it. I grew, I learned, I expanded, I got myself around. See, when you begin to do those things, you begin to hang out or people begin to notice your change and your attitude, and then it opened up doors of opportunity. And that's what I'm saying, guys. So when we're talking about manifesting, I'm talking about laser beam focus on what you want to accomplish. And we're talking about what wealth creation. So whatever method that you use to create wealth, you grow in that area, and then you have a laser beam focus, no distractions, none of that, and then you will begin to manifest what you want to do. So you have to have that visualization, your goal, and you have to line your actions up to make that happen. It just don't come from the universe. So what happens when you become laser beam focused, now things begin to happen inwardly, and in your mind, you begin to apply to be able to do what you need to do. You can want to be the best athlete in the world, but if you're not doing no training in that field, you're just wishing and hoping. No, it is, man, just thinking about it ain't gonna make it happen. You got to train, you got to develop, you got to learn, you got to do this and that, and then you will find yourself moving toward your goal, moving toward your financial goal. So when we're talking about manifesting, when I'm talking about manifesting, I'm talking about laser beam focus, not having any distractions, eliminating. What are the distractions? Those are people that, what I've said in another previous video, is the naysayers. Those are the people that's going to come up and say, oh man, you know, I tried that, I would have did that, man, I don't know, you're wasting your time, all that. You got, and those are family and friends. So what you have to do is to say, hey guys, this is my dream, this is my goal. I want positive things. If you can say anything positive, I want to hear it. If you're not saying anything positive, I don't want to hear it, because I need all of the positive focus that I need. I need to grow and learn. If you got something that can help me, then talk to me. But if you don't have anything that can help me get to where I want to go, and then so it's not going to happen. So what I did was I started talking to supervisors, what they were looking for, branch managers and all that stuff. Listen to, like I said, until I transformed myself, grew into that, so that I put myself in position, manifested in, you know, going that into that direction. Now, that's not where I wanted to stop. I wanted to, and you heard me say that I had my own franchise, I had my own business, all that. I didn't want to stop there. I wanted to retire, but I wanted to have another goal, because is the business wasn't just for me, but it's for my children, so I can pass something on to give them an opportunity. That's where you want. Wealth is not just about yourself, guys. I've said it so many times. Wealth, creating wealth, is to get what you need, right? And then be able to help others. So you look at, you want to help yourself, your wife, your children. You start expanding out until you get to family members and friends, but you have to be laser beam focused. So when I said, okay, I want to go to the next level, I want a business up. So what I started doing, I started looking at franchises. I started going, talking to franchise owners. Remember, I said in a previous video, you got to go to the horse's mouth. You can read about it, but just go to the horse's mouth and ask them questions, because they're going to be the best one that's going to give you the insight that you need. And that's why I'm saying, guys, you go to people that are going to give you the you know, the scoop, the inside scoop. And that's what I'm trying to share with you. So what I did, I studied online, went out there, because you're not going to get it all online. You're going to have some biases out there. Even if you go to the franchise or whatever business you're trying to get in, brick and mortar, whatever that is, you got to go beyond just that. You got to get to, okay, I really need to know the pros and cons of this, things that are not going to be listed there. So I went and say to a couple of franchises, I said, nope, that's not the one I want, because it was asking for too much time. So you got to have that list. Remember what I said? There's things that I'm going to do and not going to do that I have to check off my list, so that I know that it's a real opportunity for me. Not saying that they don't have a real opportunity, not saying that they could not generate wealth, but it wasn't for me because there are things that I wanted to do, and there are things that I wasn't going to do, and things that I wasn't capable of doing. So I had to go outside and pay for those things. I had to have all those things together, my toolbox, to make that decision. Once I saw that what I wanted to do, not that I was experiencing it. Now, don't get, that's I want to be clear. Not that I was experienced in the franchise I went into. I grew in that area as well, not getting into the details, but I grew in that, became that franchise owner, but it came from manifesting, focusing, expanding my knowledge. I put out there another video too. I said, your limited knowledge will keep you broke. So you have to expand your knowledge, be willing to grow in the areas which you want. So I focused, I saw where I wanted to go, I learned about it, got in it, and I had to grow in that area of my business, how to work in that area, which I never worked in before. So I'm just telling you guys, you don't have to have experience in something to go out there and learn about it and do it. All you got to do is have the mindset, have the focus, manifesting what you really want to do, because now you eliminate distractions, you eliminate limitations, you eliminate all that because your focus is your goal, and that is to create wealth. So the manifest mindset to create wealth is a laser beam focus that you got to have in order to create wealth. You have to have that focus. That's beyond, that's the nuts and bolts of manifesting. That is the nuts and bolts of manifesting. You have to align your thoughts with your actions, grow, and you will reach where you want to go. Always looking for the right opportunity for you, that toolbox in which I was saying. And so then you can apply your action, your time, your talents, learn all that stuff. And what you're trying to manifest will be manifested because you have the manifest mindset. That's it in a nutshell, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in other videos, but put all these videos together. I hope I kind of gave you a good idea of what manifesting really is and what you have to do to manifest. And I shared with you two things that I manifest in my life and how I obtain that through manifesting and what that really looked like. If you know what I'm talking about, if you can grasp on what I'm saying, you can manifest mostly anything that you desire to have because you've been doing it all along. Anything that you have is because you have manifested it. We manifest our home. I can go to that. We used to go look around, looking at models and where we wanted to live, and all that took a year. But the very house that we wanted to have built in the neighborhood that we wanted to have it built in, we did it. The only thing that did not manifest was I wasn't on the lake. I'm near the lake. I can walk through my neighbor's yard to the lake, but I wasn't on the lake. But I got close to the lake. I was in the neighborhood that I wanted my house to be built. I had the exact house that I wanted built through manifesting, having a focus, laser beam focus on what I wanted. And we did what it took to manifest it. And that 200K was part of that. Part of that getting that home where we wanted and manifest. The next thing, we got some things we're manifesting, focusing on, guys. I want to help you reach your goal. Till next time, take care.